Hey guys, this is Schwermetallisch again. This Wednesday I had the opportunity and the pleasure to talk to Nikos of the band Exarsis. Exarsis is a Greek metal band playing in the vein of the Bay Area 80s thrash bands, excellent music. So yeah, check us out and have fun. Here I am, Schwermetallisch with Nikos Dragakis of the band Exarsis, a very fine thrash metal band from Greece. Hi Nikos.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Yeah, a few days ago I reviewed your new output, Sentenced to Life, and yeah, I was quite surprised. The last year showed me that yeah, bands from Greece are really on the rise. I was a few years I just listened to power metal on end, and the notion I had from listening to so much power metal was that Greece is pretty heavy with power metal, with melodic stuff, and yeah, last year 2020 showed me that there's a very big variety of heavy metal music coming from Greece. So I was not as surprised as I would have been a few years ago to listen to you guys, but I was still pretty excited and surprised because yeah, it was. If I had listened to this last year, you would have made the best list, the 20 best albums of 2020 for me, because you have a very unique identity as a band, but you still sound very classic and like the big ones of the yeah, American thrash metal bands of the 80s. So that was very nice for me. Yeah, of course I got a few questions. What would an interview be without questions? That would be pretty stupid. So we will start with a new set of questions. I started to do new questions for 2021, and yeah, what is the concept of your record? The idea behind Sentence to Life?
The concept, there's no a particular concept like a story, like a concept album in that vein. Of course, it's not that. But of course, there are common themes between the songs, between some of the songs of the record. To be precise, there are two big themes running on the new record. Most likely, it is one part which is connected to the cover artwork, and it is somehow connected to the title as well. It is about the corrupted judicial system and the freedom of speech, and on the other hand, the trials we face every day, each and every one of us, especially on the social media. And we were inspired by this. We were inspired by all the comments and the trials we faced on the social media about our previous record artwork, New World Order, and we said that we're going to express our thoughts about this on a couple of songs on the new record. And on the other hand, there are songs about a more personal touch on Sentenced to Life. The songs that have they're touching on personal issues like depression and the feeling of backstabbing and fighting your inner demons, and in the end getting back stronger than ever. And this is also inspired by our life as a band of the last 2.5 years before the album release, which is that we were faced a struggle as a band with a personal and as a person, and we had a lot of lineup changes, and we were left just two people in the band, and we faced a really hard period that we had to find the right people to join Exarsis, and at the same time we had to finish the record that we started. So, and that also has a link to the title, to life, because all these things, all these heavy concepts like depression and fighting what's burning you inside, there are things that the modern way of life has driven us to fight. So this is somehow linked to the phrase "sentenced to life." You're sentenced to live in that way of life. And of course, the word sentence is a link to the stuff about trials and the judicial system, the freedom of speech I mentioned before.
So it's not about being sentenced to life in a sense like life is shitty anyway. It's more like being sentenced to living a life that is shitty because of shitty circumstances and because of the society as it is. One thing that just hit me like a brick was I did not research what Exarsis means, and just as you spoke, I realized, okay, maybe that's a Greek word.
It is.
What does it mean?
It means elation. It's the prime feeling you feel while listening to thrash metal, and it means the outburst of things. It's the outburst of your feelings and your emotions, and it's commonly used word in Greek vocabulary. And there's a common word nowadays because all we hear about is about the outburst of the coronavirus and the strikes and the cases of being more and more every day of people getting the virus and eventually dying. So yeah, that's the meaning of the word, more or less.
Okay, it's an outburst. Okay, that sums your music up pretty well, I think. Can you tell me what the biggest influences musically are for your band? Because I have a few hints because I listened to your latest record. There were most bands have one or two big influence you can hear right from the start. But with your record, it was like, okay, and another 5 minutes into it, I found more and more influences, and surprisingly, that were all bands I really like. So I just want to know if I'm right. So what's your main influences or your favorite thrash bands?
Well, our main influences derive from the Bay Area thrash metal scene. Bands like Exodus and Violence, and of course Nikos from New York, and also Anthrax and the Violator from Brazil. All of these bands. They are main influences of the Exorcist. But on the latest record you mentioned, you can hear more of our heavy metal background going on, and especially on the melodies, and you can hear our influences mainly from thrash metal bands like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden and Sabotage and all this stuff. We haven't changed completely to heavy metal band. We're still thrash metal band, but on this new record and live, we focused more on heavy metal influences as our heroes from the 80s of the thrash metal bands, all those classic thrash metal bands did, and back in the day. So instead of trying to play as our heroes again and again, and we try to be on the mind frame of what they did when they wrote all those classic thrash metal records. And what they did was focusing on their heavy metal influences. For example, Slayer, what they did mostly was trying to break the code of Judas Priest, and that is no secret, for example, and or Metallica focusing on the new wave of British heavy metal bands like Raven, Diamond Head, and all that stuff. So what we did mainly was doing that, and we're pretty satisfied with the outcome.
The bands I or thought that I heard were Overkill, of course.
Yes, that's correct.
And a bit of Gamma Bomb, which of course is a newer band.
One of the newest bands that we really like from the thrash metal scene, and the latest record was really good actually.
And I even heard similarities to 3 Inches of Blood, and I really fucking love them because, yeah,
I love
your screams are really cool.
You mean, of course, changing from the harshest vocals to the screaming singing style, and I was really pleased actually to read the mention of 3 Inches of Blood while reviewing a record. That's also one of the newest bands that are not around anymore, of course, that we really like. And it's really interesting how they, what's their take on vocal singing and using those two different styles. It's really inspiring.
At first I was, the first time I listened to 3 Inches of Blood was, I was like, what the fuck is that? It was I was I don't know 17, 18 years old, and it was like no. And years later I realized that Cam just channels the Painkiller Judas Priest in every song he sings. It's really like okay, I saw him live in Germany, and it was like from start to finish like Rob Halford on Painkiller, and yeah, that's a task to master. I could probably scream one song like that and then just get unconscious. But he's really like but he said he uses a trick to constantly sing like that. He sings really in a low volume. He doesn't sing very loud, and because of that he's able to do this 90 minutes straight. But that was a really fucking great concert. I think that was 7 years ago or something like that, with Grand Magus and 3 Inches of Blood on the same evening. That was I would kill a man for that today. If I could say, okay, if I kill you, I can go to that concert tonight. Yeah, okay, done deal. I will kill you. But yeah, I was really struck by your vocals. That was really great. And I think I got the review here. It's a spoiler, but it's a 9. It's a 9 out of 10. It will be online soon. So yeah, what is your favorite song of the new record to play and sing?
My favorite, I've got two actually. One of them is Mouthside, which is the video clip. I don't know if you saw it, and we're really proud of the outcome musically and artistically. And another one of my favorite songs, singing wise, was "Truth Is Not Defense," and which I really enjoyed singing and recording. And I think I've got one of my favorite vocal performances on the song. And I think I've got also one of some of the highest vocals I've ever recorded, and many of them being as background voices. So if you check this song, which is not defense, and listen closely to the background voices, I've got some really high stuff going on. So yeah, those two songs were my favorite, and both of them are linked to the lyrical content I mentioned the beginning of this interview about freedom of speech and the corrupt judicial system.
Yeah, Mouthside is actually my favorite song of that record. And yeah, Aiming the Eye and Mouthside are, as I remember, the songs where the vocals really fucking killed. And yeah, that's exactly the style I really like. I even like your vocals better than those of Bobby Blitz, because he sings high and he screams okay, but you are a mix of Bobby and of Cam from 3 Inches of Blood. It means where he stops to scream and his voice breaks, you yeah, you just blast it out like the guy from 3 Inches of Blood or Rob Halford, and your voice goes higher, and it's a bit like the riffing in the old Metallica albums. It sounds like it could cut stuff, and that's yeah, that's pretty cool. So that would be a nice review, I can tell you. Yeah. Of course, I got a few questions left. So, of course, yeah, the whole planet is suffering of Corona, and most bands answer the same. But what are the future plans for Exarsis?
Well, we will not differ from other bands on this department. Well, most of us cannot even rehearse right now, so we're looking forward to see each other again and play all together in one room and rehearse the new stuff, as well as trying a hand to newer ideas about the future release. And on the other hand, we'll try to rehearse harder and harder so we can be ready when the time is right for concert. And we'll have not anything planned on. We're trying to promote all our powers the new record, which is like 5 weeks out, so it's brand new yet. And we'll also ink a deal about for vinyl release of a new record, and so we're looking really forward to that. And we will release with a special colored vinyl in a couple of months, and new line of t-shirts. We will announce when the time is right. So these are the plans thus far. I'm really happy about the reception the record has received yet, and so far, because as I mentioned before, it was a tough record to be made. So that was bet for us to want to win. And judging by the response so far, it was a bet we won.
So after listening to your record and writing the review, I was searching for merchandise, as I always do when something is to my liking. And can it be that there are more patches of Exarsis around in the internet? What the fuck? You need patches.
That doesn't mean that all this patch is authorized, but all this stuff is authorized by the band. So I think that whoever is interested into a band and is trying to support them, he has to research and see what's official and how he can properly support the band, as we do.
Yeah, maybe I will make some myself, just for me. Yeah, I had to do that last year because with some bands you just can't find patches at all or merchandise in the proper form, and or if you find merchandise of the band you desire, sometimes you have to pay ridiculous prices to ship them to your location. So if you fall in love with a band from the USA and you want to have a shirt, and the shirt is around 20-25 bucks, and they want 25 to 35 for shipping, you're ending up with 50-60 euros just for one shirt, and yeah, no.
Well, we have a lot of stuff. Whoever wants to support, they can check our band page on Facebook, on Bandcamp, and we have something for anyone.
Yeah,
And
I will look that up.
That's money on shipping. You have to be sure about that.
Yeah, and Greece is totally okay with shipping because I'm living in Germany, so that's Europe, but the USA is fucking ridiculous when it comes to shipping. It's yeah, no, it's just too pricey. Even if you order a patch, sometimes you have to pay 15 euros for a patch that is like $4, and no, that's not manageable.
Totally understand it.
Yeah, most bands understand that too, but some don't. They say, just buy it. Yeah. So, future goals, we had that already. So one of my favorite questions I formed in my head long ago is when you go on tour, if you could just dream up a billing for a tour, to say, okay, that is my favorite band, I want to tour with them, or you want to tour with a band that is not your favorite band, but you have your reasons you want to tour with them. What would the bands be you would like to accompany?
Well, we have been, so far we have played a tour with many of our heroes, and we have toured with bands like Exhumor, Onslaught, Artillery, Nile, Terrorizer, Suicidal Angels, and Killed by Fire, all these bands. And we have played shows, standalone shows in Greece with bands like Judas Priest, Anthrax, Sodom, Creator, Tankard, and so on. And of course, I would like to do a full tour with Judas Priest and Anthrax or Iron Maiden, who have said no to that. And yeah, Metallica and Megadeth, my favorite of all these bands. And I have so many, the list is endless. And one of the bands that is reactivated and is out to tour whenever this craziness stops is Violence. one of our favorite bands and main influence of Exorcist. I would love to see a tour with them. And the newer band, Vector from America. I love this band. They released recently a new song. So as soon as they're out, I would love to be in a tour with them. On Violator, I had the chance actually to play with Violator a few years back. Small series of shows in Europe, and unfortunately we didn't do it. But let's hope that will happen in the future. And Municipal Waste, I love Municipal Waste. For which we
I think Judas Priest as headliner and you together with Annihilator would be great.
Yeah. All Annihilator.
That will kill my wallet.
Yeah. I would kill anything for the tour, yeah. It would be like the tour happened 31 years ago with Judas Priest and Pantera and now later Judas Priest was Painkiller and Pantera had just released Cowboys from Hell and Annihilator was Neverland. So that was great lineup and era for heavy metal. So if we had the chance to accompany a tour like that, it would be extremely thrilled.
I would have loved to see that tour, but at that time I was like that was 1991, or that was Painkiller.
1990 actually.
Yeah, I was like 9 years old, so and my father was not into metal that much, so yeah, no chance.
Annihilator actually one of our favorite bands, especially the first 3 or 4 records. And Jeff Waters is my favorite guitarist of all thrash metal guitarists. Jeff Waters and Dave Mustaine.
Yeah, both are beasts, absolute beasts. I can only say if you didn't have the chance yet to listen to the new Annihilator Ballistic Sadistic, you should do that right away. It's really great.
I was in the studio of Jeff Waters when he was recording it, so yeah, I've listened to it.
Nice. In the new studio in London, in England.
Yeah, Durham.
Yeah.
England.
Yeah, he got lucky, married a rich woman.
I was fortunate enough to be there, and great hospitality, great people. Had great time there.
Yeah, I read about that. He met a very nice woman at one of his shows, because her son was a super fan of Annihilator, and they bonded all together after the show, and yeah, that's how the story goes. And then he moved from Canada to England, and
great
that's
king,
great.
and he loves our band too. So yeah, great shout out to the Waters fans.
Ah, that's great. So maybe there's something brewing.
I don't know.
That would be fucking great. I would love to see that. And yeah, I think the second half of 2021, maybe we'll see concerts again. But in Germany, it's like we need to get the 60% of our people have to be vaccinated to say okay, the pandemic is over. And I think that's a few months away, maybe April, maybe June, and I think that will mean that my favorite festival this year will be cancelled. And that's shitty.
Well, if you play heavy metal and thrash metal, it's not nice to do a show with people and sitting on tables. Stuff and having a distance between each other. They can't move, they can't mosh, they can't communicate properly with each other and with the band. So I saw some pictures and videos of shows in Germany, like shows from Vader and Distraction, and it wasn't what we have get used to in the past. It's different, and you're not getting the full experience. And I think that's unfair for both the band and the people who bought tickets. So I prefer the old way of shows with people moshing and singing and being one body, and instead of themselves, because heavy metal is about unity. It's not about distance.
Being drunk, hugging strangers.
Exactly.
Yeah, half naked, sweaty dudes, and all that shit. Yeah, I really miss that. Some of the aspects of gigs, I really hate it. But even those aspects I really miss now. So being stuck between bigger people, smelly people, sweaty people, and yeah, at the moment it's like, oh, that sounds like a dream. Yeah, crazy times.
Crazy time.
So I have one final question, and I just realized that I noted it, but I noted it wrong because I wrote guilty without an I. It's guilty. It's not a word, I think, not in English at least. Yeah, the question in question is what is your musical guilty pleasure? A band you would, yeah, I know. It's cool to say today. I'm not feeling ashamed to be a fan of this and this band, but let's face it, there's guilty pleasures everywhere.
Well, I don't believe in guilty pleasures. I admit everything I like musically, and of course, I'm not listening for only heavy metal or thrash metal. I like a lot of doom metal stuff and stone rock, glam rock, and hair metal, gothic stuff, post-punk, dark wave, all the stuff, from Poison to both Poison, the German band, and Poison from America, Warren, both the bands from America, or the what was the German thrash metal band, Warren, the heavy metal. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anything. I don't believe in guilty pleasure. I even like some pop stuff or punk stuff, anything. So I'm not. I don't think that people should be ashamed of what they like. Music is about feelings, emotions, and expressing yourself. So it's really reasonable to understandable to wanting to express yourself sometimes in a way that heavy metal or thrash metal is limited to. Well, yeah.
Today it's very in or modern or cool or hip that people have guilty pleasures, but it acts like it's, yeah, I like that band, but only ironically. And one of my mates, one of my friends, has this crazy. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but he goes to concerts of David Hasselhoff. He's a hardcore metalhead, but if David Hasselhoff is anywhere near, he goes to a concert and he has a blast, but it's a bit like I do it ironically.
That's why David Hasselhoff did a couple of heavy metal songs, a heavy metal album, I think. And actually, I love the song "True Survivor." Great song.
What song?
"True Survivor." It's wave pop song he did. 80s, totally 80s song he did 5 years ago. Just checking them out.
Yeah, it's for that Netflix movie.
I think it wasn't Netflix. It was just on YouTube.
Yeah, but it was used in that super cheesy one man against them all
Exactly.
Netflix movie was like 45 minutes long or something like that. Very
Yeah.
cheesy, but I love stuff like that, like Evil Dead and stuff like you cannot watch a movie like that with an earnest face. It's not doable for me. Yeah, he really loves David Hasselhoff, and I don't know if you guys in Greece know the New Kids. It's a TV show from the Netherlands, and yeah, I don't know the term in English, but this show circles around a group of guys that are heavily drinking and cursing, and yeah, they are not very smart, and they are not very social, and they are hilarious, but yeah, very very stupid. So yeah, and we went to the cinema to see a New Kids movie, and I felt really really silly to pay money for that, but it was like, okay, I will do it with the guys, so that's okay. And the audience was exactly like that. There were people outside the cinema that they were drinking beer not by the bottle or the can. They had yeah, a beer fuss. You know, the big cans. I just forgot the word, but it was really like that. The people were really really weird. Yeah, that's with the guilty pleasures. Yeah, that was the interview for now. My questions for today, or yeah, for me tonight. And yeah, thank you very much for
Thanks for having me.
talking to me and answering my mostly stupid questions, but I'll give it my all. And that is a pretty nice collection in behind you. I just saw the Satan
Because
vinyl.
I recently moved in and I'm trying to bring all my stuff from my previous home to my new place. I've got some cool stuff and all the CDs and all the vinyl. It will take some time to bring everything, but eventually it will happen.
Okay, fine. I will check out yeah, your Bandcamp page, and of course I will hit you up when the review goes online and when the video goes online. So yeah, have a good night, and bye bye.
Bye. Thank you very much. Good enough.
Gute Nacht.